Assalamu alaikum. This is Cse360 from Cse360 Lab Section 5. So here is our Arduino code, which is the firmware for the lab data logger system. So at first we have to make sure the correct library is installed perfectly from this section, which we have done it. Okay, so starting from here, we have taken DHT pin 2 and the DHT type is DHT11. We have to make sure these two things at first. And after that, the first serial we are going to print here, that is DHT final. And in this loop, we are going to have two functions, one for humidity and another for temperature. In these two lines, the humidity and the temperature values are going to be printed. So after this, we are going to verify the code. So this has been verified successfully, and this is going to be saved in the file location automatically. After that, for the hex file, we are going to export the compiled binary. Thank you. This was our first firmware part.
This is Asif Tazwar, Cse360, Section 5, explaining the data logger circuit system. This is the Arduino, this is the DHT11 module, this is the comp imp, and this is the virtual terminal. This is a ground, a resistor, and a 5-volt connector. So this is basically the temperature sensor. Then it sends data to the Arduino, then Arduino processes the signal and then sends it to the virtual terminal and to the comp imp module. So provided by Jesima's code, if we load the code and run it here, press on the simulation, as you can see, we are getting the exact value that our temperature sensor is giving here. If we change the value, as you can see, it is also showing the changed value in the virtual terminal. That means the circuit is working perfectly.
I am Jannatara from Cse360. Here we created a LabVIEW user interface for our data logger system. First, we create our project file and UI file. I will discuss how I designed our user interface. I took thermometer and I changed its name as temperature, and the maximum value of temperature is 50. It will rearrange the value automatically. Next, I took the meter and changed its name as humidity, and I created two wave chart to see the data, one for temperature and second one is for humidity. Lastly, I created a table here. In this table we need date, time, temperature, humidity, ID. Here our four group members ID. So that's all my side.
This is Afrin Amjad. Now I will explain the block diagram of data logger system. So this is the block diagram of our project. The system has been set up in a while loop to iterate itself in every half second. So the table control has been included, which is a charge of changing data from the system and record it in table format. Now the array has been set in a while loop where the time spent, date spent, temperature and humidity values are as in input, and the rest of the four ports of this array is the values of the IDs of our group members, which are included as in input of this array. Now we have also created the Visa input so that the values of temperature and humidity with the combination of the Arduino code and Proteus DHT sensor can be acquired. By the using of table controller, the values from the array will be recorded in the table. So the temperature and humidity reading will be shown up in the temperature meter, gauge meter and from graph accordingly.
This is Jessima again. So we are going to represent our final part of the lab now. We have opened our lab view panel and now we are going to open the Proteus part. We're going to check we have added the correct text file. Now we are going to check our ports and the baud rates are perfectly given, which is okay. So the values are showing perfectly in the terminal. And we are going to stop and getting back to our lab view. We have chosen COM4 and now we're going to run this. So it is giving values. Now we're going to run the Proteus. So it is running perfectly. Now we are going to check if we increase the humidity, the values are being changed. And again, if we increase the temperature, which was 35 before, now it's 37, so it is working successfully. So that's all. Thank you for watching.